What is going on, everybody? It's a Monday. Yep, it's Monday. Hopefully everybody's well. There's a few of you here prematurely. Maybe not prematurely, we're doing it now. So you're on time. Josh, Chris, the mean machinist, Matt. And Matt says, absolutely daylight robbery. What's daylight robbery? That Verbal and Matt the Gym Rat were not nominated for Content Creator of the Year. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Obviously, maybe you can see by the title of this. I should probably lower this music a little bit. You could see by the title of this that we're definitely going to talk about that. We'll probably get to that first. Then we have some other cool things we get to talk about. But as always, I want to thank the best paintball store on the internet, BFPgear.com. And BFP Gear just got, well, they've had it for a little bit, the brand new Kinetic KPK pants. These are the brand new Kinetic pants that are a little different. They've kind of changed, you can kind of see they've changed that belt area up a little bit. They added some zippers. They actually added some perforation, so maybe they're a little bit more breathable. You can get them at bfpgear.com. They also have free shipping on orders that are over $30, or $29, I should say. You can find them as well as the Kinetic KMP pack that I really, really like. And soon we'll be able to find some other stuff there. They'll have the DSR Pro available pretty soon. There'll be the new Halo hopper. You can get tons of Dynasty stuff. So they're also, the main sponsor, one of the main sponsors for San Diego Dynasty. And they got all kinds of cool Dynasty merch. They actually just put some new stuff up in here as well. Like these were brand new, I think. No, these are brand new. These three right here. BFPgear.com, the sponsor of this live stream. And, go support BFP Gear. Use the links in the description. Go over there, help support them, as they've been a very long time supporter of this YouTube channel. I'm clicking stuff that's not working. Yeah. When does All That Matter come out? I don't actually know. I don't know about that. I don't think they have a specific set date yet. I think they're going to just kind of release it whenever it's available. Do I feel a little dim? A little bit dim, huh? Hold on, let's turn something up real fast. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit better. Okay, Eric. What's up, my man? Let's talk about the Summit Awards. And I guess just let this play through, and then I'll kind of talk about what the Summit Awards are first. If you're not familiar with the Summit Awards are a brand newish award show. The first version of this for the 2023 awards took place last year at the first event of the year, the Las Vegas Open in Las Vegas. And now we're getting the second time around. It's going to take place March 9th at the Tampa Bay Open here in Florida in just a few weeks. And I don't know, I guess we'll just run through maybe all of the categories. Some of these categories I definitely have we can definitely talk about, and some of them not so much. So we'll just start at the beginning. There are 22 of these slides. So let's go back to the beginning and let's pause it. So we can see Creator of the Year, and I'm at the goddamn top. It's very weird. I didn't expect to be nominated for any of this stuff. Yeah. So I'm at the top. We can see Ryan Moffat right there, number 2. The PTG Play the Game podcast, number 3. The Spick and Span Show, and Zizek Barrow from Paintball Nerd. And, if it was up to me voting, I think Spick and Span Show is probably the best, I'm probably not going to vote for myself in this category. But it's very, it's cool to be nominated and at least thought about. Steve Johns says, not Matt the Gym Rat. Yeah, there's people missing. You know, I think that we're going to look at the winners from last year, but I believe Matt won last year. So that's probably why he's not included this year. You know, it's, I think about the NBA MVP award every year. And it's the same thing, right? Like LeBron could have won the MVP for freaking 15 years in a row. So I think that maybe they're just trying to mix it up a little bit and maybe not just have the same exact people over and over. We have photographer of the year. We have Philip up there. Philip does mostly the Hormesis photos. So any of the like Hormesis, you know, branding, marketing stuff. He's doing that. Nigel from 88 Films. We have John J Mac Photos. Dan Shelley from Shelda Photos. And he also has the Shelda, like, I don't know, paintball podcast or something we're going to call it. We have Dave Hauk, I think is how you pronounce that, from No Soul Studios. And I don't know, you know, I'll probably just go Dan Shelley, mainly because I'm used to, like, I actually know the stuff he's making, you know. Yeah. You know, we actually see stuff from him. It's kind of like Matt the Gym Rat. You know, Matt's making so much stuff that he probably should get more recognition for it. We have Innovator of the Year, and this is also an odd one. I feel that there's probably two people on this category that deserve it the most. John Chambers from not from Planet Eclipse. John Chambers from Die. John's the guy behind the DSR Plus, the MXR, and then also the brand new DSR Plus Pro that we'll talk about. Jack Wood, you know, Jack Wood's a goddamn legend. Jack Wood should, same thing, kind of like LeBron. He could probably just win every year because Planet Eclipse products are easily the best. And everybody else on here, you know, like Craig, there's not like these guys are doing anything bad, but, you know, I think about innovation. And I don't know if Infamous or HK Army are really, you know, innovating all that much. And especially Nova. I mean, Nova just brought back a paintball gun from 25 years ago, so, which is interesting, but I don't know how, you know, innovative that is. So I think John Chambers, that's what I would go with. Videographer, that's a weird word to say out loud. Videographer. Miko, he's the guy making all that, like, you know, new Dynasty stuff. There's the All That Matters Dynasty documentary, and there's also an Iron Kids one. And there's Verbal right there, number 2. So, you know, maybe he doesn't go into that creator category because, you know, he's in another one. But we also see some other people kind of pop up a few times in a row here. We have Dylan Fout, which Dylan, I don't know what you're making here. Carlos Aragon, Enrique Gonzalez. Out of all those people, I know we gotta probably go with Verbal. Again, it's like I was talking about Matt the Gym Rat. Just the like volume of stuff that he's making kind of makes him stick out a little bit more, as well as Verbo. Verbo's like that car rental thing, right? Is it cars or is it houses? I don't know. Either way, Verbal, Brian up there, number 2. Probably. And Snake Player of the Year. These are the ones where they get really hard. You know, I think that I would probably lean toward teams that won the most, right? So I don't know if you can be the best player of the year if your team didn't win any tournaments. I think that, you know, winning has something to do with that, right? I mean, you could be the best, but if it's not resulting in results, then what's the point, you know? So I think on here, Alexander Bridnikov, again with Bridnikov, I think that Bridnikov's the best player maybe ever. So I think he can probably win almost every single category. Then we have a Flex Player of the Year, so the guy that can just kind of play everywhere. All some very, very good players, obviously, but as you might have can tell by, it is kind of weird that X Factor had 2 Snake guys, huh? That is kind of odd, you know? Billy Bernacci and Axel. I almost wanted to say Axel. But, you know, the Russians are winning a lot of stuff, so I have to go J-Rab. I mean, J-Rab and Malloy over on that Snake side, or whenever they pair up with each other, is just, like, devastating. So I would go with J-Rab. I mean, J-Rab played very, very well this year. I think going back over to Russian Legion kind of like psyched him up or whatever, and he's just been playing really well. Coach of the year, we have Kevin Breathauer, Todd Martinez, Maxim, we're not even going to try, Dave Baines, I can do that one, that one's easy, Ryan Brand, that's even easier, and Casey Harris, that's pretty easy too. You know, I want to lean toward Casey just because what Paintball Fit did is so unprecedented. Russian Legion being able to win those 2 tournaments. Chris says, I don't like the guy, but it has to be Casey. Sure, I have no idea who he is. Yeah, let's go with that. Casey, because what they did is, you know, the last time it happened was Dynasty 24-something years ago, so it's kind of cool. Dorito Player of the Year, LJ Parrish, I don't know this one. LJ Parrish, Pavel Karzalev, John Chavez, Chris Shear, and Brandon Cornell. Karzalev is so good. I mean, all these Russian guys are so good, but I think that the main thing that the Russians kind of benefited from is like their snake side, right? I want to go with Chavez, but Chris Shear. I say Chris Shear or Chavez. Everyone's like Chavez. And I want to say him too, John Chavez, because he will like seem to talk about a lot. I feel like Paintball Fit just got better and better as the year went on. And they're new, exciting players. So Chavez, okay, Dorito player. We might go actually vote for these two real quick when we're done with this. WNXL Offensive Player of the Year, and this is something I don't know shit about. I don't know anything about the WNXL. Very little, but you know, Jen Folk, I'm just going to give it to her, mainly because she was announcing so good. I mean, if you guys listen to the Major League Paintball Plus webcast for the NXL, or for Major League Paintball, whatever we're calling that, she did a fantastic job in the announcing booth. And the Heroines won 2 tournaments this year, 2 of the 3 tournaments, and then they won the overall title as well. So, Jen Folk, I think we're going to see kind of a thing with me going here. WNXL Breakout Player of the Year. Dude, I got no idea. Sorry, ladies. Breakout Player of the Year. For the men's side, we have Mark Meiderman, Tim Stetzel, Ryan Hoskinson, Archie Barnes Jr., and Cyrus Granger. I mean, are we just going to go Cyrus? Everyone's like going for all the Paintball Fit guys. Meiderman played really well too. So did Hoskinson. I want to say it's either probably like Hoskinson, ABJ, or Cyrus. I don't know. Because it is breakout player, you know? So it's someone that like is new and maybe like really shined and like became a maybe superstar kind of player overnight. Not maybe overnight. God damn, I don't know. Let's go with Cyrus, whatever. It's impressive they won. Game of the Year. This is another one that's probably kind of obvious. We're going to go with the very last one on there. Paintball Fit and Edmonton Impact at World Cup. I don't even know any of these other matches, right? I mean, I think some of these we do know, like X Factor, Aftershock. They played in the finals. Did they? Or is that's at the Windy City? I thought that was Atlantic City. That wasn't the finals in Atlantic City anyway. But definitely, Paintball Fit and Impact being able to Paintball Fit winning the whole goddamn tournament. Offensive Player of the Year. And, Brindakov is kind of my guy, so. Brindakov. Defensive Player of the Year. These ones are a little bit difficult. Because it's just difficult to see like defensive players. I think that sometimes these guys that are like playing the back line or whatever do have standout games, and there's times when it's obvious they did a really good job, but it is just kind of difficult. So I have no idea. Are we just going to pick Paintball Fit for literally everything? Steve, let me know in the chat. Just give me your opinions here. We have Colt, we have Jason. I mean, Jason Edwards is really, 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 really good. All these guys are really, really good. I really kind of don't want to pick Jason. I kind of just want to pick Colt. We're going to pick Colt, and then we'll, I don't know. WNXL Team of the Year has to go to the Heroines. I mean, they won the title, and they won 2 tournaments, so yeah. There's a blank one for some reason. WNXL Player of the Year, again, I don't really know, guys. Plus, we only have 2 teams represented, mainly because Dallas Vibe and the Heroines were both, like, easily the best standout teams. Jen Folk, Icon of the Year, Alexander Bridnikov, I think, should win this one. I think J-Rab or Bridnikov should win this. I would probably vote for Bridnikov. WNXL Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know, guys. Sorry. Team of the Year. Paintball Fit. You know, it's either Leauge or Paintball Fit. You know, it's got to be Paintball Fit, though, because what Paintball Fit did, being able to win at World Cup, is probably a bigger deal than just making it into the semi-pro division. Actually, I don't know. You know, going semi-pro, doing that well all year is also difficult. And this is when we go Leauge. You know, Leauge winning that pro spot is pretty simple. Breakout Team of the Year, obviously it's Paintball Fit. AC Diesel did play better. Aftershock did play better. Uprising played really well. Royal City Sea Dogs going into the pro division. I don't know. Leauge also could have, I guess, been on there. I'm going Paintball Fit. And those are all of them. I just kind of mashed through them really fast. And there is actually a link in the description as well. Okay, never mind. I was going to say go vote, but it looks like voting ended just literally hours ago. So never mind. Voting has ended for the 2024 Summit Awards. Thank you for everyone. I didn't even get to vote. All right. I literally looked at this like an hour ago. I guess they just literally just ended voting. So don't go vote, I guess. Yep. I thought we were going to go vote really fast, but we're not. There should be a best jersey design. Man, my freaking switcher's not working. Yeah, I'd feel that. I think we should have like a best dressed category. That'd be funny. I don't know. We were going to go vote, and now we're not going to vote, I guess. Yeah, being nominated for Creator of the Year is kind of interesting. I didn't really like it at first. I was like, I don't want to be nominated for this. And I don't think anyone's going to vote for me anyway, so I think we're good. I mean, it'd be cool if you were actually at the tournament to like, or at the award show to collect an award, but you know, I'm not going to be there either. So it makes much more sense to have someone who's actually there. Just bassing around that best jerseys. Oh wait, best fitted. I actually saw best fitted store the other day. That was funny. Holy, just remembered that. See you in Tampa. I'm not going to be in Tampa. I will be here in Sacramento, California, when Tampa is taking place. Didn't you make the most viewed paintball video last year? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's either Matt or I did. But then we gotta like determine what a video means, you know? If probably close to long form, something like that. Why am I not going? I'm not playing. There's really no like technical reason for me to be there. You know, I'm not playing or working or, you know, there's no reason for me to really be there. And it, you know, yeah, that's really the main reason. I mean, I just can't afford to go hang out. You know, I can't spend the time and money just to go hang out for a week, unfortunately. Chris, you voted for me? All right. I'm curious what happens. I want them to show the results. They're probably not going to be like, here's the results for everybody, like the percentage that people got. I'm curious. I'm also not there, like, you know, whatever. something myself. If you won the award and they flew you out, would you go? Yeah, if they flew me out there, but that's just not happening. There's no way. There's no way that's going to happen. I mean, sure. I mean, if they're paying for me to get there. Paying for me to get there in a hotel and like a stipend for food. Hostility, you're going to be turning into the event on Go Sports? Oh yeah, I'll be watching the tournament for sure. I mean, I'll watch like most of it, really. I mean, when the tournaments are on, I watch quite a bit of it. I'll either like kind of have it on in the background or actually sit down and watch matches. I for sure do in the morning. Come the afternoon, I feel like I got to be a little productive though, and I kind of get away from it though. We have a few other things we can talk about. Dye released this thing. Well, they didn't actually release this yet. The DSR Plus Pro. And this is really the only pictures that we have. There'll be more information tomorrow, as you can see on that screen there. And right now, Dye kind of has two guns, right? They have the DSR Plus, that's $1,000. And then they have the newer MXR, that's $1,500. And I presume this will kind of slot, at least price-wise, in between those. So I'm going to assume probably like $1,250, $1,200-ish, something in there. And I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, right? Like I was brainstorming on this earlier and looking at some other stuff, and I think that all it's probably going to be is the DSR Plus with the Ironman Pro Kit, so that IM Pro Kit that's going to help, consistency. It just makes the gun shoot a little bit better. And probably just 2 barrel backs. I was like, maybe it'll come with the brand new ULI barrel, the same barrel kit that is coming on that MXR, the one that takes like the power inserts. So it's that insert barrel rather than having like the solid barrel backs. The 2-piece barrel, that like ultralight, they call it core barrel, that's coming on the DSR Plus. So it might just come with a different trigger, or not a different trigger, different barrel, maybe additional barrel backs, and then the IM Pro Kit. And it's going to look different, obviously. Maybe I was at first, I was like, maybe they'll come with the reach trigger. Maybe they're going to change something else internally. But I would be kind of surprised if we see like a lot of upgrades or a lot of differences between just the base DSR Plus and the DSR Plus Pro. Mainly because they don't want to make an additional product that's competing with the MXR. It just gets kind of weird, right? If they made it $1,500 and it like came with all this new stuff, but then it gets odd because that MXR is in there at the same price. DSR Plus Pro, it looks kind of cool. I kind of like the milling. It looks kind of fancy. But we'll have to wait for tomorrow, unfortunately, to actually get like, real news. The brand new like Twister, I just saw someone said something Twister. The Twister looks cool. The G5, why do I call it the G5? With the Geo R5, looks cool. They kind of like subdued it a little bit, and it's a little more whatever. So we'll find out. I really like the DSR Plus though, so it's pretty cool. There was a leak on the subreddit, on like Paintball, on Reddit Paintball. I kind of look at the Reddit, the like subreddit kind of often, but I'm not really used to looking at it on my computer like this, so it's kind of weird. Let's just scroll through here real fast. I know there was some other stuff, like Dye just released another like thing about it today, and it didn't really say much either. And I think the only thing that was like of substance was that video that we just played. I don't know, I don't see anything. Ooh, that's a really cool CS2 though. Yeah, I don't know, I don't see anything. We'll go back. Some brain says, meh. All those would be paid upgrades, whether they bump a 2026 DSR Plus Pro or you have to buy parts piece by piece. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, die, yeah, I don't know. Friggin' die. I don't know what to say about die. It's just how it is. I thought I saw that Dan Brazilian or whatever was on was on the PTG podcast. I thought that was funny. I was like, no way. And I clicked it just to see if it was real. And I'm like, yep, it's real. I didn't watch any of it. I feel like my brain is going to melt. Smoke machine's on. I can feel it blowing on my leg, which is crazy. This past weekend, we had the... Why are my freaking things not working? This past weekend was the Thailand... Are my messages showing up on... My freaking messages are showing up? Let's figure out how to get my messages off the screen on Facebook. How do I like... Oh, whatever. It's just a message to Trauma Head. Yep, look at this. The Thailand XBall series. Can we make it full screen? What did I do? Look at that. It just looks so good. We talked about it last weekend. I was trying to find out the winners of this too. They have the tournament on PB leagues, but they didn't like put the winners and stuff up. I did see that I think they called themselves the underprivileged something. They played Division 2 with like Chris Rangel and the under guys. They won Division 2, but I couldn't figure out any of the other winners. I don't know. Look at the jet ski in the background. Man, I went on a jet ski like that in Thailand. Or no, I went on a jet ski like that in Cambodia once. It was not safe. It just looks beautiful. They have a live stream. You can go watch it. There's a link in the description to like all this stuff. There's lots of good pictures over there. At some point, they had Rich Telford doing the announcing as well. So Rich was over there doing the announcing. So it's actually like, pretty good announcing too. Although the audio is a little weird. It looks fantastic. I really hate the way turf looks though. Look at how bad the turf looks. It's not their fault. It's just it looks bad with paintball. One of the things that's cool about grass, it just absorbs all the paint and stuff. So you don't get these big, like, ugly piles of paint laying everywhere. The grandstands are super cool. Unfortunately, there's nobody in the freaking grandstands. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, the MPPL or like the NXL should have tournaments like this. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. But that's kind of one of the reasons I've pushed for like some cool, like one-off, one-on-one tournaments is that you could actually set something up like this if we were just to do one-on-ones. You had like an invitation-only pro one-on-one tournament or whatever. You could kind of set up like, stadium setups like this. Where the NXL, the NXL's got like 11 fields. It's like they can't put like 11 fields on the beach. It'd just be like crazy, crazy expensive. Whereas they only have one field here. And I think that this is actually backed up by the Thai government too. So the government's actually like helping fund this and stuff. So yeah, just having one field, like Steve said, it just makes it way easier. You don't have to put up 11 or 12 or whatever the hell they have now. It's just crazy. The MPPL, I think, had 4. Maybe 5 at the very most. Not 100% positive, but somewhere in there on the beach. I don't like this angle. There's like some better angles and stuff. I just really like the angles. Oh, it's already night. That looks cool, though. That lighting looks really good. I can hear it, Lint.
He didn't realize, that somebody there.
Wow, that looks really good. Just look at that. Look at that. I mean, you've not seen a paintball tournament look that good. Like that still frame right there in like, I mean, a long time. You know, there's some crazy tournaments in Asia that I probably have missed over the years, but this just looks fantastic.
Man, this is cost him a lot.
It just looks so good. Anyway, Paintball Asia, not Paintball Asia, the Thailand XBall series. There's a link in the description. Go over there. And they got like all these pictures too. There's some guy. I'm not sure who this is. This gentleman. Axe Media posted a bunch of photos too. Ooh, that's a good one too. Jeez. That's a cool one. You can see like paint in the air and stuff. There's a bunch of good photos. Oh, Jesus. Whoop. Those jerseys are insane. I saw these guys earlier. Their pants and jerseys are all like leopard, crazy, or like elephant print. A bunch of good photos, actually. So if somehow you're affiliated with the Thai government and you want me to come over there and, you know, do something, let me know. Let's turn that off. NXL Philadelphia sponsored by Doge. I wish there, dude. If I had all my Dogecoin still, we've talked about Dogecoin on here before. I don't know if we're talking about that actual. I don't know if we're talking about the coin though. Anyone watched a podcast with Dan Brazilian? Someone did. I didn't. Naughty Doge. I talk about the Naughty Dogs. You know what I was thinking about the other day, and I was like, I don't know. One of the main things that was like cool about paintball, like when we were talking about the NPPL days and stuff, is there was so much hope, right? Everybody thought they could get rich, or not get rich. Everybody thought they could just make a living playing paintball, and I don't know, not been able to do that. I don't know. I just thought of that. We're not going to talk about that. I don't have any thoughts formulated. Paintball would have been chopped already. Yeah, well. Oh, I forgot about my coffee. You hear about the 2-minute halves for the finals? For the Thailand thing? 2 minutes? Maybe 20 minutes? Two 10-minute halves. I'm a jackass. I somehow missed the 10 right beside that. Hear about the 2 10-minute halves? I didn't. Oh, they talk about that. They talk about some PTG format. I didn't listen to the podcast today. I saw it, and I saw that Rainey was on there, and I think it's cool. I like Rainey. He's kind of fun. And I just didn't listen to it. I will. I probably should have. Normally I try to, because, you know, the Spick and Span Show and PTG are the two things that actually like, you know, information and like news and like cool stuff that like, you know, I want to hear about. So normally I do listen to those too. And I like the coaches show. I'll like tune into the coaches show every once in a while. Explain it to me. So 2 10-minute halves only in the finals though? Is it only for the finals in the pro field? So in Tampa, they're going to have for the finals 10-minute halves. And I assume it's not going to be like race to 7 or where the fuck it is. I don't even know how it works now, honestly. I don't even remember. One thing I was kind of curious about is tomorrow also, there's this. There's this. Oh, man. Can I, like, open this in a new Chizzy Pab? There's also this. And, like, I don't quite understand what's going on here. And the NXL also posted this. But Facebook's going live tomorrow at, I don't know, 9 a.m. Standard Time, or Eastern Standard Time, so, you know, 4 in the morning. And they say they're announcing new firing modes. It says, learn about our new NXL software mode. I have no idea what that means. If anybody knows in the chat that's smarter than I am. The CS3 Pro announcement. But what's it all like? Learn about new software. I feel like I'm all out of the loop. Now we're talking about 15-minute halves. 2 15-minute halves and overtime goes to limited paint, then 1v1s. I kind of like the limited paint overtime. Although, you notice how we all just want to watch one-on-ones? Why don't we just fucking do one-on-ones? So I don't know what's happening. 13. Why we came 13.5? There's no way they're changing the rate of fire to 13. Ah, the CS3 Pro was also leaked on the Dan Brazilian PTG show. Well, alright. You guys are making me do fucking live research. There's a NXL 2025 mode. I know, what the hell is it though? So on like the PTG show, like when you guys, oh shit, that's right, I need to have the different browser installed. I can't do this right now. Scratch that. So on the PT, I was curious about this too. Like you guys that listen to Play the Game podcast or like Spick and Span show, how do you guys consume those? Do you listen to them on podcast or do you listen to them on YouTube? Or do you like watch them on YouTube? Because I watch them on YouTube. I don't listen to them. I like put them on YouTube and stuff. I find that it's just more interesting that way. You know, you can actually see the people. Well, they confirmed it was coming out. That's not too surprising though, really, you know. Depends on where I am. Car, podcast, home, YouTube unless I'm at work. Yeah. I'm just curious because, like, you know, I see the, like, I'm curious about, like, who's watching this stuff because we can see the views on YouTube, right? Like, we can just look at the numbers. But it's hard to find all the numbers on, like, podcasts and stuff. So I'm curious if, like, they're getting more audio viewers or listeners than on YouTube. Because at some point, you know, I thought about making this an audio podcast as well, making it all audio, but this is more of a visual, engaging experience. YouTube on my phone. It's funny that I don't even watch YouTube on the phone. I watch on my TV. Yep. PTG is better on YouTube for sure. Yeah, I just like to be able to see people's faces and stuff. You know, you can just get more out of it that way a little bit. But this is such a visually engaging thing that, you know. I don't know. I don't have any other cool topics. We talked about the Summit nominees. We, weirdly, I was nominated for an award. You can see me right up there. And they chose this wacky picture, too. I'm like, look at this picture they've chose. I'm like, come on. I mean, you could have chose a picture with my, you know, at least my mouth was closed, sort of. Look at this. I'm like, whoa. Look at everyone else's pictures. You know, Zysix is good. Ryan's is good. And you got me like, they could have used the fat picture. They really should use the fat picture. Yeah, they didn't want to do it, I guess. I thought it was funny. Yeah, the Shelda one. I mean, like I said, mainly the reason I'm listening to them is for, like, inside information. And I feel that, like, I get more insider information from PTG and Spick and Span. The only podcast that I listen to is the Stuff You Should Know podcast. Yeah. Well, let's find something to talk about. What can we talk about? Doodly doo 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 doo. well, we can talk about this. Yeah, we can talk about this. If you guys have been sort of listening, there is... Let me switch here. Dude, I do not know why this nonsense is not working. I can't see. It's so hard to like see this actual like what I'm actually doing here. How do I like go to my channel or whatever? Right there. Yeah, if you kind of, oh, see, look at that. Well, that's because I was just trying to find out. I was like, we were just listening to this. If, yes. So if you've kind of been watching a little bit or paying a little bit of attention, there is, I have been working on a Dynasty Aftershock video. So Dynasty and Aftershock played at the 2001 NPPL World Cup and played in the finals. And most of the footage that's available from that is made or is from Trauma Head. And I reached out to Trauma Head to ask if it was okay if I used the footage. And they said yes. And I posted a clip of Oliver Lang on Facebook and on Instagram of him like talking after one of the games. And I was not supposed to do that. I guess the clip was their content. I was not supposed to do that. And then now they don't want me to use their footage for the Dynasty Aftershock video. The problem with that for me is the video's done. Like, it's completed. It is here right there. I don't know if I'm ever going to release this now. I'm not sure what's happening. If you want to watch it, though, you can become a member, and it will be on the channel for paid members, at least. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure when it's going to happen or not. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I spent like so much goddamn fucking time on these videos that it is kind of, you know, annoying that I maybe have to start over, but you know, I probably should not have posted that little quick clip of Oliver online. So yeah. So if anyone, you know, you want to maybe watch the Dynasty Aftershock video that we've spent the last month working on, you can, you know, maybe become a member, become a channel member, right? None of my stuff's working. You can become a channel member. It's only $2 a freaking month. And you get to support a Summit Award nominee. So, yeah, become a channel member if you want to watch that, maybe. There we go. Hostility says, send me the video and I'll just post it for everyone. Well, I still made it, unfortunately. I mean, I got no problem with posting it. They just might, I just don't, you know, this is a very small community and I would rather not piss people off. So I asked for permission, which I probably just shouldn't have. Because they probably wouldn't have said anything if I didn't approach them and ask first. So, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. Either they say I can do it and we just do it like nothing happened. They say no. And nothing happens and I don't post it anywhere. They say no and I just post it and then see what happens. I mean, they could do copyright stuff and get it removed for copyright violations, I guess. I'm not really even sure how that works. They could remove it. They could do that. They could copyright strike the account. Or they can sue me. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? I have no idea. Chris. That's kind of what I thought. Look at that, Charlie. Go watch that video. Go over there, check it out. You can go watch it. Charlie became a goddamn member. Charlie is a hero. A hero amongst losers. Memberships. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. You know, anyway. Getting sued isn't worth it. Yeah, I know, they're not going to sue me, though. You get, like, seriously? What are they going to sue me for? We want your $50 from my Amazon, from my, like, you know, money from YouTube? I'll literally probably make, like, $300 every video. It's, like, ridiculous. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, Brains, you could get me a plane ticket to Tampa and I'll straight remind the trauma head guys about how... Yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm not trying to fight with people. I just thought I'd bring it up so that I would keep talking about this Dynasty video, so I thought that I would talk about it. Possibly, I mean, I need to be able to confirm footage. I can get footage and stuff for this as well, but I think the next video... at least, maybe not next, but I've started working on an excessive video that will probably be titled How? Or it'll probably be Sacramento Excessive Took on Dynasty, then Vanished. Or What Happened to Excessive, or something like that. And I kind of want to go from like, yeah, just what happened and how Excessive started and how it sort of ended. I started that. We're about halfway through, quarter of the way through research phase, which will probably finish on Thursday. Anyway. What can I do for you guys? Oh, I forgot the smoke machine was on. The chat's dead. Give me something to talk about. Because I don't know what to talk about. Let's go back to my live notes and see if there's anything interesting in there. I don't think so. Oh gosh, don't click that. I don't know. Adobe Premiere or Final Cut? Neither. I use DaVinci Resolve. Adobe sucks. Premiere, Final Cut kind of sucks too, though. It's just like so like nondescript. Not nondescript. It's like so like simple. There's a lot of things like missing, I feel like. Any word on the carbon loader? Not for me personally. You know, I'm going to try to get one of those things pretty soon. I talked to Walker over at Carbon, and he said he liked the idea of sending me one. So I assume I'll get one kind of soon here. I'll probably like touch base with them in a couple weeks again and kind of see where that's at, because I know they're probably getting closer to like the launch or whatever. It's about all I know. I know we've seen it like taken apart a little bit and stuff like that, but... Or have we? How about the new Halo shell kit? You know, it's kind of weird to me, right? Let's see what we've got. The new Halo shell kit. It is kind of just odd to me because... Oh gosh, I hope I have it in here. I'm looking for like old pictures that I don't know, guess I don't have them anymore. Okay. Nope. What's this? This is the Halo 3. Yeah, whatever, that's it, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. So these are going to be two things, kind of. We talked about these. You can you're going to be able to buy these in two different kind of configurations. You can look for something really, really fast. You're going to be able to buy them in complete hoppers, for $110. That's how a lot of people are buying them right now. Or $50 for the shell kit. But it's kind of weird, you know, not a lot of dealers have these yet. So they're kind of going out in some weird order. I'm not really sure how they're shipping these. So as far as like when they're going to be massively available, I'm not sure. I mean, you can get them right now, but it's like select places and they're kind of been rare. I don't know. It's just a kind of an odd thing though, right? You know, like I feel like the Halo is an entry-level electric hopper, right? People are buying the Halo that are buying a mini GS, or I think even people that are going up to the Ether 3 are choosing different hoppers. And they're trying to kind of position this as like a better mid-range option, right? It has the same internals. You know, I think that the loaders work perfectly fine, like the Halo drivetrain, but they're trying to kind of position this more as like a competitor to the Rotor and the Spire IR. But it's just substantially bigger. It's heavier. It just doesn't feel as nice as those hoppers. So it's kind of just weird, you know? I don't know who is really going to buy it. I mean, obviously they'll sell some, but I think most of the people that are in the market for, you know, a mid-range good hopper are probably still going to lean toward the Spire or the Rotors. So it's just kind of odd to me. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like, you know, a lot of these paintball companies, it's been a long time since we've seen like lots of innovation, you know, I mean, they're pumping out the same products year after year. So it's not exciting. It's really not too surprising. I don't know. Price drops on entry markers, Mini GS, CZR. What's the Planet Eclipse EMAC? What do you mean? I don't know. Mark says, what? The Halo 2025? Yeah, that's why it's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know. It's just kind of like different. I mean, it's better, but it's not like, you know, going to be standing out. No one's going to rush out to buy themselves a Halo 2 shell kit, like a Halo Pro shell kit. I mean, I guess some people are. Yeah, I mean, what is the entry-level Planet Eclipse gun? The EMAC. Yeah, for sure. Yep. That's definitely the cheapest gun that they make. The Planet Eclipse EMAC. Wow, why did they do that? Oh, what's going on? There we go. Put a Halo Pro shell on my 2003B as a joke. Why? Why is it a joke? No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Maybe they will. You could write joke on the side. I don't know. We're also broadcasting in 720p tonight because I don't know. We're just trying a lower resolution to see how bad it doesn't work. Definitely seems to be flowing a little bit smoother here. I really wish we could have voted for the freaking Summit Awards live. Oh yeah, we can look at, I meant to do this earlier because we were talking about, you know, Matt the Gym Rat and why he is not on the Creator Award area. And I was saying I think it's because he won last year and they're just trying to mix it up a little bit. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's weird, right? They put that's right. They had Creator of the Year last year and YouTube Channel of the Year. That's what I was like, that's weird, because like these, I mean, all of these are kind of the same thing, right? Yeah. See, I don't understand these though. Like, what did Miko actually make in 2023? Did he even make anything? I don't know. I'm not sure he did. Yeah, I'm with just bassing around or basing, you know. Give the live stream a like. It definitely helps if you guys are here hanging out. You know, at least give the live stream a like. It's certainly helpful. You can I don't know why none of my things are freaking working. Yeah, like none of my freaking like. Maybe it's because I uninstalled the Stream Deck plugin. I think that might be why. Yeah, probably why. I didn't think that would work. I didn't think it would be a problem. I guess it's not. You should win creator. If not, shit's rigged. I don't know, Mark. I don't think so. I think that I appreciate it. I think that the Spick and Span Show guys should probably win. And they're more like dialed into that community anyway, you know? All the pro guys and, you know, all the tournament players and stuff are watching that stuff. So they're probably gonna, makes a little more sense. Chris Martin said, I saw Edmonton Impact at the field this weekend. I was wondering if they were practicing out there. Crazy talented, but it looked like the squad of individual all-stars versus a cohesive team. We'll find out. I mean, that's always been the problem with assembling any of these, like, you know, mega teams, is that, like, everybody's kind of used to being the best player, and it sometimes makes it a little bit hard to come together, whether that's paintball or lacrosse, you know. There's always, like, time to gel. Yeah, man, their roster's crazy. I even forget who's on that roster, because so much stuff has changed. I try to think about who's on Impact, and I'm like, Mike Arena went back. Alex Goldman left again. Then, like, they have Rainey, Marcelo, and then, you know, a lot of the old original guys. Rainey's voice stands out. Does it? You know whose voice I always hear is Jake Dole, wherever Jake's at. I always freaking be in the parking lot, and Jake's like, oh, Jake's out on the airball field. It's crazy. Some people's voices just like, they can just get really loud. Jake Dole, no one knows who Jake Dole is. Well, some of you guys know Jake. Probably not as many of you are aware of Jake as who are Rainey, though. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what's this new firing stuff. I don't understand. All these new firing modes. Let's look at... I don't know, let's just look at the NXL stuff. Let's look at upcoming NXL Paintball Tournament. Tampa. Man, I gotta make this bigger. I cannot fucking see it all. Whew, that should help. Okay. I don't know what I was going to look for. I've totally forgot. Brackets. Yeah, we kind of went over this. Kind of went over brackets before. When they first released them. Yeah, this tournament's going to be very interesting. It's just so cool to see all the, like, new teams. I mean, we got the Sea Dogs, Tauntauns, Leverage. New York Extreme's not new, but they're, like, kind of back. Revo, Baltimore Revolution, changing their name to Arsenal. Should be interesting. We have all the like crazy additions to the Impact roster, although I wonder if they're all on the roster yet. They are. Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, Tyler Harmon, Nick Laval, Marcelo Margot, Rainey Timothy Stanzak, Mike Urena, Dalton Vanderbilt, and Zach Yakimek. It's kind of crazy that Zach is still playing, you know, because Zane Yakimek hasn't played in quite a long time, but we still have his brother, Zachary, playing. I don't know. They're definitely going to be good. Don't forget NRG. What about him? Nerge. NRG. Ethan Adams is really good. Austin Buffings is also really good. Matt Askren's also good. Two Buftons. Evan Manners. Damian Vasquez. It's actually crazy that they're in 10th. I mean, I guess a lot has to do with, you know, there's so many new teams as well. So, you know, the Sea Dogs and Leverage and stuff, they're going to put at the bottom of the rankings. Yep. Yeah, it's so freaking confusing. So confused. So NRG, how did NRG get their spot? Or have I already lost track? Nerge. Blast Camp, that's right. Blast Camp. That's right, thank you. Blast Camp, for sure. They sold their spot to Blast Camp. Or Blast Camp sold their spot and quit, that's right. Thank you. Dude, there's just so much shit that's happened. I'm like, it's just chaos. That's right, they didn't play last year, huh? Yeah, it kind of is a new team, a whole new roster too, huh? Because these are a bunch of Aftermath guys, right? Like, they all played for Aftermath, right? Or the Bears. I thought that Austin or one of these Bufting guys played for Aftermath, or am I completely wrong? I'm just all wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Bufton. John Adkins is my field owner. Which field does he own? God damn, why does this not switch around? I thought he was on NRG. Is he not on NRG? All these goddamn Buftons. They're freaking everywhere. I keep trying to hit these buttons that aren't working. NR Paintball in Severn, Maryland? All right. I've not heard of it. Zach says, what up, channel? What up? Your channel is always keeping it real. Love from NorCal. Love from NorCal, back at ya. Severn. It sounds like, it sounds French. It sounds a little French. Paintball videos, man, I don't know. I spent so much goddamn time on this Dynasty Aftershock video. Let's hope it's all for naught. It's not all for naught. What are we gonna do tonight? Basketball's on tonight. I had a little bit of whiskey last night and a bit of a headache this morning, and I was like, God damn, hopefully we can make this go away quick. It was okay. Right away. Switch PB24. I will be in Los Angeles in a couple weeks for a business trip. Cool. I'm from New England. Only have one day to really explore any paintball recommendations, stores, or fields. It truly matters where you are. I mean, the scale of LA is unimaginable. You know, it's like, yeah, it's just hard. I mean, because you could be in LA and, you know, SC Village. We always know SC Village. SC Village is like an hour and 20 minutes from downtown LA, or hour and 30 minutes away. So it really kind of matters where you're at. Like Josh just said right there, SC Village. That is probably the place I would go. But it just really matters. It really matters like where you're at, you know. SC Village is really cool. There's also like Jungle Island Paintball, which has like a bunch of really cool rec fields. I don't know. What about stores? You can go to A&S. A&S is huge. What other cool stores are there? Paintball Gateway is pretty cool. Yeah. What happened to NXL Asia? What do you mean? What people always set me up. I don't know what you mean by that. What happened? Like, did something happen? Or are you just curious what happened? I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. Any idea? It makes me feel like something crazy went down. I wouldn't be surprised that I, you know, don't know about that though anyway, because I don't really know anyone who went or whatever. No league? I don't know. We just talked about NXL Asia or NXL in Asia or kind of, so I don't know if you're referring to something specific. Like we just talked about the Thailand XBall series. But I don't know, right? Like the NXL originally had like NXL Asia. There was NXL Latin America, I believe. There was NXL Europe, or there still is NXL Europe. And then there was also NXL Australia. And I don't really know what happened with any of that, right? I mean, obviously NXL Europe is still going, but I don't know what affiliation all of these like different leagues actually have with the NXL. Let me find something really quick. Like if we go to the PB Leagues deal. So this was the tournament that just happened, right? Like, you know, this last weekend, yesterday it ended. And it is kind of confusing, right? Because they definitely have this NXL Asia logo, but then it definitely is the Thailand XBall series. But then it's even more confusing if we hit season rankings. Then it says it's the Malaysian XBall League. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, in the US, it's, you know, pretty obvious, but, you know, over there in Asia, I really have no idea all the intricate workings. I know that at one point there wanted to be like, you know, some sort of feeder system that, you know, teams would go back and forth. And they've kind of done that with the like NXL Latin America thing where they had like a big tournament and then the winner of that got to come play in the pro division, which is pretty crazy. 3XA, what does that mean? Oh, you're replying to him. There are leagues, but nothing under the NXL Asia umbrella. Taiwan has their own, Thailand has their own, and then Malaysia has their own. Want to start one here in the Philippines. Yeah, the Philippines would be good for paintball. I wonder why there's not more paintball in the Philippines. It's pretty big in Malaysia. I know that Dai is huge in Malaysia. Or just Asia in general. Mark says, Brad, Chucky and I said we will do the Thailand event if you do one next year. Also, they boost my credit card limit so I can buy your ticket. I would love to go. I mean, really, you know, I'd love to go do that. Yeah, it's just about, you know, me being able to afford to go, and I can't right now. But it's obviously like a year away, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm confused too, because my friend played there, but it was nothing to do with the NXL. Yeah, I don't think that NXL Asia really ever had anything to do with the NXL anyway. Like, even when they originally started the thing, it was kind of always like, I don't know, I feel like they were just kind of using their, like, I don't know, like name or branding or something like that. Bro, if we go to Thailand, we ain't ever coming back. I've had friends that did that, so. Yeah. Like, literally, they went and never came back. I went 2 times and came back both times. If I'm really mad we don't have an official league in the Middle East, paintball is big in the Middle East. I mean, I wouldn't say big, but in Iran it's pretty big. You know, Iran's pretty big. They have, like, you know, paintball teams and all kinds of stuff in Iran. I was trying to think of any other, like, paintball in the Middle East. I don't know. I mean, there's probably, like, some paintball field in, like, Dubai or, you know, somewhere crazy like that. Well, something like that. Foolish Creations is wondering why are y'all censoring him? Gonna hit the enter button on the keyboard. Yeah, I was like, Dubai, Kuwait, I could see Kuwait having fields. Any of those, like, weird oil-rich countries, like, I was like, Saudi Arabia might, Qatar, or, you know, weird places like that. Any announcements being announced at the Tampa that you know of? Nope, I don't know. Although I don't want to, you know, I don't really, like, pry for that information. I never really have. Because it makes it difficult, right? Because, you know, if I knew about it, it would have someone told me some inside information, and then I tell everybody, and then, you know, I just upset people. So I kind of would rather just not know, so I don't have to, like, deal with, like, whatever, it not working, or me, like, spilling the beans on something that no one wanted talked about. So I've always kind of, like, not purposely just not really cared. I'll find out when you guys find out. Chris Martin, NXL 2025, LV2, R5, and CS3, basically a new tournament lock. With the old lock, you could change the settings, set the lock, and it looked like it was the correct mode. Really? Huh. With the old lock, you could change the settings. Interesting. So you put it in tournament lock, but it still changed everything, but it didn't, like, indicate it on the screen. Huh. Although I don't know what you're going to gain from that. I mean, I guess you could, like, turn the rate of fire up just slightly, you know, shoot like 10.7. But, like, you know, when you hear a gun shooting 11, it's like, why does that sound weird? You know, it's like, it's kind of obvious. So it'd be crazy to see someone, like, try to shoot 14. You're just like, dude, that gun is fucking weird sounding. Huh. I wish Tampa would announce 15 balls per second in sideline coaching. I don't. As someone who played every single rate of fire we've had and played coach and sideline coaching, I don't like it at all. I think it was like a fucking nightmare. I mean, you couldn't, it was kind of useless. I mean, you get everybody's yelling, you get people on the sidelines yelling at players, and then, like, people trying to counter coach people, and then people get all pissed off because you're trying to screw over their team. It's like, I don't know. I don't like it. It turned into a shit show on the sidelines. It was not very fun. It was just a bunch of people yelling and screaming all over the place. So I am not for sideline coaching. I also think it kind of like, it's like antithetical to what paintball is, you know? I mean, paintball's always been about like sneaking around, right? And like concealing yourself and like, you know, being sneaky and getting the drop on people and like that stuff. And when you add sideline coaching, it's kind of like gets rid of it. You know, you can't really bunker people in the snake anymore because you'd get up to go run the snake guy down and people would just be like, he's coming, yeah, he's going. And then you just come out and shoot you. And you're like, fucking stupid. It's kind of dumb, so I don't like it. No sideline coaching. 15 balls a second, I hate to. Weren't they testing out new game formats or something like that over the past weeks? They were, Eric. I don't know exactly what they tried, though. At a practice about 3 weeks ago, a month ago in Texas, they had a bunch of teams out. I think 3 or 4 pro teams in Texas, and they were running like different formats. I don't entirely know what they were doing though, like what formats they were trying or anything like that. I don't think that they really talked about it much. I know they tried different buzzers. They were putting buzzers in different positions and just trying all kinds of stuff. I know that on the Play the Game podcast, Marcelo and Tyler did talk about it a little bit because I think that Impact went to that. Mm-hmm. What happened to Mark? Are you in jail? Definitely got banned from YouTube. I've not got banned from YouTube yet. Remember Bob Long with his upside down mask yelling at people? Yes. And then I remember when they tried to put the sideline coaching it originally, the coaches had to go in a coaching box. And like right at the 50 snake, they built a box that was probably like 20 feet by like 8 feet or something like that and split like right in half. And then one coach would go on one side and one would go on the other side. And they couldn't leave that like coaching box. I don't like it. I really like the penalty box though. I would be in favor of bringing the penalty box back. Because there were definitely times when it would like wing the game, right? You'd be down bodies and all of a sudden you'd get that guy back and you'd be able to like swing the game around. I liked that. That was pretty cool. I was a fan of that. I wonder what case of paint costs there in US dollars. I think in Thailand, I think they were $50. I think they were selling case paint for $40 or $50. It was one of the things that we were like kind of wondering, and somebody left a comment or something somewhere, but entry was so cheap. I mean, entry is only $215 for the tournament. So it was like, what's paint gonna be? I mean, is paint going to be like $20? It was like crazy. But yeah, they're selling paint for like, you know, normal, you know, American style pricing. Not like the entry was like $200, which is crazy. Yep. Yeah, Singapore used to have, I mean, probably from like 2005 to like 2011 or 12 or 14 or 15 or something like that. There was the PALS. So PALS was the Pacific or Paintball Asia League series. And PALS went all over the place. PALS would have a tournament in Singapore and then they'd go to Bangkok and Thailand and they'd go to somewhere in Malaysia and then they'd go back to Thailand. So they would kind of move around more like an actual series. But I'm not really sure what happened with PALS or what the deal was. I don't know why they like just kind of went away. Economics, obviously, you know, if they were making a bunch of money and could get teams consistently, it'd probably be a little bit different. EP says, watching someone coming back into the game from the penalty box get lit up was funny. For sure, I loved it. It was great. And then you'd sometimes didn't remember the penalty, or you didn't have a shot on the penalty box, so that guy was able to make it out alive, which I really liked. I really like it. I wish they'd bring the penalty box back. I really liked the one where there was just a big wall and you could leave out both sides. So you could choose if you went to the left side of the field or the right side, and you could kind of, you know, jimmy over there. They had the penalty box at one point where you had to come straight out the front. That was a little weird because everyone could just shoot the front of the box. Ooh, Pals organized a tournament in Dubai. Huh. That's not bad. In Kuwait, we get 3-star for $80. That's kind of a lot. I don't know why, though. I mean, obviously there's different, like, taxes and tariffs and all kinds of stuff that's probably making that go up in price. Yeah, $80 is expensive. I mean, there's people paying more than that here, though. Mark, why don't they do 7-man tournaments anymore? I don't really know. What, Eric? I don't really know why. You know, I mean, I think that, like, the XBall format just got popular, really. I mean, I think that's really all it is. Yeah. I mean, there was no one really doing 7-man. I think that it's possible that the leagues and the promoters and stuff make more money at XBall. I think it's a little bit easier to gather XBall teams because you only need 5 guys. You know, you can have 6 guys or whatever. So it's maybe a little bit easier. But I think that it just kind of won out because people wanted to play it more, you know. I did. I mean, I kind of leaned toward XBall more. It's easier. It's cheaper. The fields are a little bit cheaper because you don't have to have as many bunkers, as much space. But I do kind of feel that, like, that's maybe one of the reasons we have this resurgence in 10-man as well, is because there are some of those people who wanted to play 10-man or would rather play 7-man. You know, I don't know. I kind of miss it. I liked that when we had a big variety. It was cool to see Pro 7-man and then Pro XBall, and some teams excelled at some formats or one format over the other. It was neat to have that variety. Earthworm says, I would never drink out of his skull. Reminds me of something from Indiana Jones. Doesn't paintball fit the paintball field have a 7-man league? Something. I believe they have like mechanical 7-man, or at least they've done mechanical 7-man tournaments. I don't know. I'm not positive it's a league or not. I don't know. I heard that Iran has their own paint factory. It's possible. I mean, it's not really like, you know, super crazy to set up paint machines and stuff. I mean, you can buy a paint machine for like, I don't know, 50 grand, 60 grand, which is, you know, a lot of money. And you got to really deal with like temperature control too. You can't just put the thing in any room. It's got to be like a special temperature controlled room. And you got to control the humidity and all that stuff too. So it's like not just buying the machine, it's also having the like correct facility to put the machine in. 50 grand? I don't know. There's somewhere around that. Josh Mitchell says, I'm playing 7-man and 10-man in Tampa. Do they actually have 7-man? Does whatchamacallit have 7-man? Dude, there's so many divisions now in the NXL. It's like, freaking lose track of this shit. 7-man, 7-man, 7-man. Man, look at all this goddamn shit. Classic Open 7-man. See what I'm talking about? Look at this goddamn price. $1,000. And you can go play in Asia entries, $200. What do they charge for Pro at the very last minute? $3,800. Man, that's a lot of money. Only 17 teams have paid. Although that's, you know, whatever. They never really like even... I don't know. I feel like they have paid and it's like just not gone through yet. Or something. I don't know. The Baltimore Nevermores. Wonder who's going to win semi-pro this year. Oh yeah, the Miami Effect team. I saw, I don't know, I saw someone's jersey from that earlier. Wrecking Crew? Maybe Wrecking Crew will win this year. Yep, they definitely did good last year. They got a 12th, a first, a fifth, a first, and a fifth. I'd probably go Wrecking Crew. Damn, I can't hit that button. It doesn't work. They do. 7-man. What company is most likely to release a new marker with a completely new engine? Not a redesign of the past. Completely redesigned. I don't know. You know, we think about... It kind of depends on what we say by like completely redesigned, because like all the Planet Eclipse guns essentially use a gamma core, so you know I wouldn't say those are complete redesigns, right? Like if they came out with a CS3 Pro, you know, it's going to be a new gun, but it's just going to have like the same exact bolt. But even if they come out with the CS4, it would probably have a version of the gamma core. I don't know. I would say nobody, because most of these companies are just making like incremental or like, you know, different versions of the current guns they have right now. I mean, I think that like right? The DSR Plus is probably the last gun we saw that was like completely new. Right? Fill me in if I'm wrong. DSR Plus is what I think. The new Mac Dev stuff is kind of just like upgrades or like a little bit different changes to the bolts. Right? I'm not super familiar with the Mac Dev stuff. So I don't know. I don't think anybody, you know, I'd really like to see, we've talked about this, a new axe. I'd really, really like to see a Vanquish from Empire. But they certainly would not fully redesign those. They would just kind of like use the old technology. No idea. What mic am I using? The Sennheiser 416. It's right there. It's a shotgun microphone. See it right here? We can pull it down. It's not really loud. Talking to it like this. Could do like ASMR videos. Boop. Microphone. Thoughts on the Holocaust? Well, maybe. Doesn't HKRA manufacture their paint in Mexico? They do. The tariffs are going to affect the cost of their $20 paint? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I know that like not everything is tariffed the same, right? I don't think that it's like a blanket, everything has a tariff. And I was trying to, at one point, look up which products fell into that or if there were exemptions or anything like that. And I couldn't find out. HK is probably not going to talk about it. But I was curious as well. So I don't know. Truly not sure. Yeah, I don't know, right? Like, I think if I were to have Dan Brazilian on like this I would do a bunch of research and I would know all kinds of weird information about him. I would be like, what was it like being raided by the FBI? I'd like to have all these crazy questions for him that like he probably wouldn't want to talk about. Yeah, it's just hard for me to ignore the crazy things, right? When crazy things happen, you know, like if I was in some crazy car accident and I came on here in a neck brace and like all this, like a fucking back brace on, and I was like, you're like, what happened? I'm like, well, we don't have to talk about that. Well, let's talk about something else. I'd be like, no, let's talk about the interesting stuff. Let's talk about the interesting things. I don't know anything about him. I just, I don't know, you know, other than the periphery of stuff that I've heard. But if he was coming on something, I'd do research. RTC Flyer says, I recently moved to North Carolina. I really like North Carolina. You know, I was a fan of Charlotte when I've been there. Do you or maybe someone in the chat have a field recommendation? I'm close to Greensboro. I don't know. I don't know where Greensboro is at in relation to... Shit. What's the name of the field I'm looking for? What are the fields in North Carolina or South Carolina? Paintball Central? I think Paintball Central. I mean, I have no idea. You know, I've only gone there once for a paintball tournament, really. But I think Paintball Central is probably going to be the biggest, like, cool paintball field. You know. Someone let us know it's in chat. Bro, thank God you said that. You're literally the only paintball podcast streamer on YouTube that has a brain. No, that's not true. I don't know. I don't know. That's definitely not true. But it's definitely weird to see all the, like, people that are like, this is big and great for paintball. I'm like, you guys have been around paintball for too long. This is not going to change anything. I mean, like, Dan Brazilian, like, doing something in paintball is not going to change anything. I mean, he's never going to probably own any business that's successful, you know? I mean, I feel that, like, he's the type of guy who, you know, start stuff and sell stuff and be over it quick, and, you know, his dad's a rich guy, and he doesn't really have a normal life. So he doesn't have the, I assume, doesn't have the, like, drive to start a business or, you know, to start anything cool, like a lot of people. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I definitely don't have it. I'm not saying I do. Yep, check out Paintball Central. Everyone says Paintball Central. Yeah, I just find it crazy, man. If I was like, damn, if I was like interviewing people like that, I'd be like, what the fuck happened here? But then again, no one would want me to like talk to them because I just ask them all these crazy questions they don't want to answer. $1,000 versus $200 in Thailand. That's a $900 savings you can spend elsewhere in Thailand. Don't tease us. You're a little behind. Yeah, or you can just use that $900 for a plane ticket. And then bam, you're in Thailand, you know. I think it's a great idea. I talked about this before too. If you guys, maybe if you're looking to play World Cup or something like that, maybe look at going to Europe. You know, go to Europe and play, or, you know, figure out a cool paintball tournament to go to in Tijuana. Play the Mexican XBall League, or, you know, go to Asia and play. Because I think when it comes down to it, every individual person, it probably ends up costing about the same. You know, you're going to have to take a little bit more time away from work. Plane tickets are going to be more expensive, but, you know, food's cheaper and hotels are cheaper. Entry's certainly cheaper. You know, HK does manufacture their paint in Tijuana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In Mexico. Tijuana from Mexico. What is that? Avocados from Mexico. Avocados from Mexico. Yeah, I'm just not too into scam artists, you know? I kind of feel like that Dan guy is kind of scammy. I don't trust him at all. I did find his house online. He does have a paintball field in his backyard. You guys want to see his house? I didn't watch the PTG video, but I did. I did read some of the comments, and some people were like, "Oh, a paintball field in his not in Tahoe. Where am I at here? Where the hell's Vegas? There we go. Let's see if I can find it without looking on the screen. See if I can remember where it's at. It was definitely down here. I just remember all this weird open space everywhere, and I think that's his house right there. Nope. Damn. There it is, right there. So this is Dan Brazilian's house, this property right there, this whole like chunk. He's right by this nice church. This is an indoor hockey hockey stadium. Fucking hockey stadium. This is an indoor skating rink. And that's his backyard private paintball field. So he's definitely into paintball. It'd be kind of cool to have like a paintball field in your backyard. But I don't know how cool it would be to live here. He's got a super mansion, so that's cool. But he definitely has a paintball field in his backyard, which is kind of crazy. Is that bleachers too? This has been like the dream for many of us. I've always been like, yeah, I get a house and just put a field in the backyard. Do they have like a little like track in their backyard? Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, Brad the PI. That's going to be my new job. Latinas are making that HK paint. They are. He's like a guy that would be friends with the Firefest guy. Firefest dude. Yeah, those guys are a bunch of scammy people. Chris Martin says, I have a teammate who played at his house a few times. Really, huh? Dan is practicing for D5 at NXL. Huh. Well, best of luck to him. He's a former Navy SEAL, right? I think he lied about that, right? Who knows? I know, I was thinking about that grass. Even when I saw this, I was like, that grass is so green. It's like, that's crazy, dude. Like, all that water. And like in Vegas, it's obvious they don't have lots of water. You can look at the ground and you can just kind of tell it doesn't rain much. I definitely thought that too. Look at this, like Osama bin Laden compound. Beautiful. Osama bin Laden. Kuwait. Man, we should go to Kuwait. When are we going to Kuwait? Go burn some oil fields on our way out? Mark, he should make a female team for the WNXL. They will consist of OnlyFans girls and porn stars. Yeah. Yep. We're just talking shit about. It's upsetting because I did look up some of those pros a lot, or I did look up some of those a lot, and then I saw they were all on board with this guy. It was definitely deflating. I think it's kind of two things maybe happening really. It's like a lot of people just don't care, They're not like all caught up on who's bad and who's not. And a lot of people don't care who's bad and who's not, right? I mean, I think that we're certainly seeing that in today's world, that people don't care if you're good or bad. And a lot of people don't care if they're good or bad. People don't care at all how they affect people or what's happening. And I don't think that the players are like that. I think that that's why people just get away with stuff. I think the players are maybe excited or like show support because I don't know. I think that they're just way, way more invested in this than most people, right? I mean, there's a upside for them if paintball grows. So that's why a lot, and for me, I mean, it's upside for everybody really, but they're trying to make their living at this. So there's definitely an upside for paintball to get bigger for them. But I don't think that they I don't think that they're like trying to make a stance or whatever. I just think that they want paintball to grow any way possible. I kind of talked about this in the beginning and I stopped, but I think one of the things that was so exciting about paintball in 2005 and 4 is that like no one knew what was happening, right? It was this new kind of like sport that was getting like really popular, and like the MPPL was beautiful, and like people were traveling to Europe to play, and guys were playing tournaments in Africa. Like it was crazy. And at that time, there were a bunch of young players, all the pro players, and really everybody. We didn't know what was going to happen, but it was really exciting because we didn't know, right? We didn't know what was right over the horizon. Were there going to be big TV deals? Were players going to start getting paid? They're going to be big outside sponsors. Is paintball going to blow up and we're going to be able to play paintball for a living? That's what a lot of the pro players wanted and thought. And that's never really matriculated. It's never come to fruition. And I think that a lot of the pro guys still just want that, right? I mean, a lot of these guys just want to be able to play paintball and make a living playing paintball. And any way we can make it grow is probably good. I mean, at least it's good for that. So I think that the pro guys definitely have just like a totally different investment in paintball than we do. So when you see like guys showing support for that, it's more showing support for like paintball growing and like trying to like, I don't know, make something exciting about paintball. But there's a lot of guys who didn't comment on stuff too, probably because of that. It's not like everyone was on board. It's just like the people that we see. You don't see me leaving comments on anything. You're never gonna know what the fuck I'm thinking. I've never met the guy, obviously, so it's hard to pass judgment. Any publicity is good publicity. That's kind of what it's like nowadays, for sure, whether it's good or bad. I mean, you could, Tom Cole could, kill 5 people at the next paintball tournament and it's going to be good. I still think the NXL needs to buy a complex. Rent's only going up with these tournaments, for sure. I mean, that's the problem they're having with the Vegas tournament as well. It's just that the city... Two things. I think that the city is asking for more money, but they're asking for more money because, people don't really want the tournament there. So they're like asking for more money. And yeah, it's kind of one of the things that like, I think, I can't remember. I think that the first time I heard about the NXL, like buying facilities, it might have been Mike Hinman talking about like the NXL could buy like any paintball field, like say, Paintball Fit or whatever. They could go to Paintball Fit and be like, we're going to build 5 tournament fields and we're going to come back here every year. So you could have like the paintball tournament at Paintball Fit for 10 years in a row or something like that. And then maybe go somewhere else. But one of the things that is kind of cool about like not doing that is that you can kind of be a little more selective, right? We can go to different places all the time. So you could have, a tournament in Ohio one year, and then we can go to Ohio. I was going to say Idaho. You can be in Ohio one year and then go to Idaho and then come bump all over the place. But I kind of do like the idea of having maybe like 2 dedicated facilities. It would be kind of cool. I think it'd make it, like he said too, it's getting expensive, so it'd make it like, cheaper. Joshua Mitchell. It's crazy to me that this $200 entry tournament had turf on a field on a beach, but the NXL cannot afford turf on just the pro field. I feel like it would look more professional. I think it's the opposite. Because I don't know if I can switch back to that really fast. But one of the things that I don't really like about the turf is I think the turf looks bad. Right? Like, I think that turf is better to play on because it's so much more of a consistent thing, right? Like the ground, I'm having like freaking problems. The ground is just more consistent, right? I mean, you kind of know what the ground's going to be like, whereas grass is just a little bit more inconsistent. But the thing that I really dislike about the turf is just that right there, right? Like, I hate the way all that paint looks on the ground. Like, it does not look good. I mean, it just looks kind of messy and like, I don't know, like it's not cleaned up or it's just weird looking. So I think the grass like absorbs all that like paint more and it hides the paint more. So I think that on camera, it does kind of look better. Although, for sure, when there's big like holes in the ground and big mud pits or whatever, that's not the greatest. And it's also really hard. They can't just lay out turf because the ground's not perfectly flat. So they need to go in and like grade the ground and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think that one of the reasons they're able to do the tournament too is they do have backing from the government. So like, yeah, I don't know how that helps. It somehow helps. For sure. Foolish Creation says, yeah, but that's easy to clean. Leaf blowers in between points. I do agree with that. Like I was going to say that it looks pretty clean in one of these, but I don't know. You got to clean the field every point is insane. It's really kind of crazy. Completely clean the field in 1 minute or really like 30 seconds, For sure. They can clean it. I just think it tends to just look better on grass, I think. Turf. Yeah. Yeah, turf, I don't know. Grass is fun to play on though, because I'm so not used to it. I've only played on grass like a handful of times even. Because like, California, it's so like dry, we don't get any like grass. You'd have to water the grass every single day, and that's just crazy. So we mostly are all turf. Tyler Harmon said the field he plays out has a giant vacuum that cleans the field every night. Huh. Probably not every night, though. I mean, there'd be no point in doing it on Tuesday. I wonder, though, they do have those cart things you can, like, push, and they, like, pick up the paintballs and, like, spin them back in there. I don't know. I guess it could be done. It could for sure be done and made it look better. But from what I've seen in the past, doesn't look good. Yeah, a vacuum. They could have like a Roomba. You could do like a bunch of paintball Roombas just running around. Paintball Roomba. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I have some filet mignon I'm gonna eat tonight. Had it last night. It's in the refrigerator. I gotta put it on the stove in a pan. Warm it up a little bit. Filet mignon. And some potatoes. I think I might. Yeah, I'll have some potatoes. It's some tracker pull thing. What if the pro teams owned public fields and some of the money they make from that goes to the players? Yeah, I mean, that's just a business, right? That's just a business, a paintball field that's, you know, owned by 12 people or whatever. I mean, the real problem with it is that, like, how do you... I mean, I guess you could do it, for sure. It'd be just owning a business, though, you know, and kind of splitting the money up. Rather than, like, you know, if I owned a paintball field, we'd have 12 different me's and we'd all divvy the money up, kind of. Or it'd just go to, like, pay for entry or something. And most of the fields, most of the teams probably have something similar set up like that with a local field. At least they play free at the local field. I don't know if a lot of the, like, teams are getting paid from the local field to play. Oh yeah, 3X. There we go. Those the reball thing. That's right. That's what I'm thinking of, huh? Is that like it was kind of like, it reminds me of like a manual, like a push lawnmower, like a manual lawnmower. It's like it would like just sweep up the paint, kind of. That probably was reball, huh? What I've always wanted to do is take the net, and I think on the back line, I want to take a piece of net and then have the net kind of hook down at the bottom so that, like, when it hits the net, the ball rolls in and just gets caught in this trough, and you can just reuse the paint. That's what I always wanted to do. John says New York stripped better. I don't really know that much about meat products. It very well could be. All I know is they're both cattle. Before you leave, check out Kuwait Field. What's the name of it? Is it just called Kuwait Field? Paintball Kuwait? Let me switch over. Yeah, we're going to look at Kuwait Paintball real fast. I'm curious too. Kuwait Paintball. I like the maps too. I'm a fan of the map. Oh, it's really good. I saw that there were multiple things in here. So we have Airsoft, the Airsoft Shooting Club. This is not it, but I'm just curious. Looks like Las Vegas. See, look, this could be right across the street from Dan's house. Literally. This is it? This can't be it. Oh shit, really? Oh my god. Wow. Like right there on that little, like, whatever. Oh, is that why you said something Kuwait Towers? Why are you in Kuwait? Are you Kuwaiti? Is that how you say that? Tennis courts? Wow, that's kind of crazy. What are we dealing here with? Can we, like, do we have Street View? Can we have any cool pictures of it? I think that I've seen this. I've seen this field before, for sure. It looks really nice. Big crazy towers. Look at this guy. Dang. Oh my god. It looks really nice. It looks pretty cool. It looks very nice. Kuwait Field used to be at SC Village. Was it a field? That's funny. Mark. Korean barbecue. Let's go Friday. I'll go Friday. Just text me or call me or something. Yeah, I can't remember. I've seen a video from there before, and it was like some instructional video. It was, Kuwait Paintball. It was like... Oh gosh, I cannot type. Wow, yeah, looks, this field's in the same spot from like 12 years ago even. There's some videos online. I don't know what I saw. Oh, there's a social one for sure. Man, I can't remember what I saw from there. It was a long time ago. I don't know. All right, gentlemen. Come back, come back Monday, make sure to give the live stream a like before you go. Smash that like button. Come down to the OC. The stream's current bitrate is 5200. It is higher than the recommended bitrate. Okay. Mark, let me know. When are you going to come out to the field, Brad? I will be there Sunday for sure. Definitely. Sunday, I will be at the paintball field. Like, close the chat. I'm going to go. Gentlemen, enjoy your night. Mark, let me know. Eric, I'll see you Sunday. I'll be at the field on Sunday. And, gentlemen, it's been fabulous. Come back next time.